What's up, y'all? I respect Ice Cube, but he got a lot of hatred for Tupac, and we gonna expose it so you guys can know the real truth of why he hates Tupac. And he took subliminal shots at Tupac instead of telling the truth that he don't like that man.
I feel like Pac changed. I feel like when Hit 'Em Up came out, like Pac changed the rules of engagement.
I mean, I think he went too far too. Me personally, I ain't got to diss. If I'm mad at you, trust me, I can think of 5 verses for you, just you. I don't have to go at your family and your kin and your kids and your whole life. You know what I mean? It's one-on-one, mano-a-mano.
You about a comment that Q made, man. I know you don't listen to music now because of your religion, but he said in a recent interview that no Vaseline is better than Hit 'Em Up because Pac had help and he didn't. What you think about them comments?
I think everybody gonna say that about their own song, you know what I mean? And yeah, like you said, even though I don't listen to music, but they both is crazy joints, so you gotta you know what I mean? They both was like two different. I kind of get where he coming from when you say he was alone going against his group and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Whenever we did a song with Pac, it wasn't like he needed help. It wasn't like Pac was just like, y'all get on it. He was like doing us a favor, really. Like, you know what I mean? That's why. And if you don't have your song written before his verse is finished, you just don't get it.
All right, y'all, we're going to get into it. This is the beginning right here. You have Ice Cube and Tupac back in the day. This is where the hatred stemmed from, and it's all jealousy. Tupac blew up. Tupac was the biggest artist back then. So you could always say, oh, you know what? Back then he was Digital Underground, but he blew up on you.
What about violence in the community? Yeah. You've seen violence firsthand? Most definitely.
Pac #1 when he needed help on that record.
First off, fuck your bitch in the clique you claim.
One motherfucker, me, no Vaseline, took out 4 niggas and the manager.
Drop 4 niggas now making all the dough.
I mean, damn, group was over.
The niggas with attitudes, who you fooling?
I don't know if they made another record after that.
Tupac's 2 years younger than me, right? You're 69, he's 68. You're 69, he's 71. Yeah. So at this moment, when was the first time you met Pac?
When I met Pac, he was like a background dancer for Digital Underground. Digital Underground was a group out of the Bay in California. Actually, their role manager, a guy named Atrium, our role manager was their manager. It was like, we got a new group called Digital Underground. You should hear it. Their first song was a song called Do What You Like. And so we ended up meeting them once we went to the Bay and, just checked out their show. They did some shows with us. And Digital Underground used to have the most entertaining show in hip hop. Yeah, it was like a Parliament Funkadelic feel to it. A lot of characters, a lot of unique routines, and real entertaining show. And
not non-gang related. This is the Humpty, right?
Humpty.
Right.
Yeah, just straight.
I've seen a video with Tupac dancing on stage.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was his role, and he would rap every now and then. Him and Money B would do raps every now and then, and we just became real cool. I fell in love with his energy. He was the kind who stayed up all night, never went to sleep, always coming to your room trying to get you to come out. Just that ball of energy. So
you and were opposites. Would you say he's a complete opposite of you, or there was some similarities?
A lot of similarities. We both Geminis, so
a lot of Geminis, man.
Yeah.
Do you know the famous Geminis?
Yes, a lot of them.
Elvis, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, John F. Kennedy, Biggie,
Prince,
Tupac, Prince. I mean, it's
Kanye.
Yeah, a ton of you guys.
Yeah, it's everybody.
So both of you are Geminis. Okay, so you and him are similar, and you're hanging out. Hey, he always wants to go out. So the experience is good. But at this point, Pac is not he's not a gangster. He's not a tough guy. He's an artist. He's a talent.
Well, what he used to tell me, man, he would be like, man, I want to do the kind of music y'all do.
I don't, or I do?
I do.
I do.
I want to do the kind of music y'all do.
Got it.
because he said where I'm from, it was Richmond. I said, man, it's raw over there, you know what I mean? To get down over there, and I want to talk about it. But he was under Shock G, who, was like, yo, that ain't really the route. That's NWA and Ice-T and King T. That's their lane. You know what I mean? Let's stick with the more party, upbeat. And then he started doing songs like I Get Around, and they was real cool and upbeat. But when he was able to get a solo deal, that's when he started doing the music that he wanted to do. And that's when he started to, change and go into, the Pac we know.
Too Short says, whenever I was with Pac, I never knew who was going to show up on any given day. One day he's the revolutionary guy. One day he wants to go party with the girls. One day he's a gangster. One day he's an artist. One day he's a historian philosopher. Did you kind of experience that as well, where you never knew who was going to show up, or Pac was just a super creative guy?
Well, he was always the same with me. It was always love, respect. We was similar ages, and we were all in a similar situation. Like,
are you
we were all under?
Are you like, if we're like in high school hip hop, are you like a graduating class of '88? He's like class of '90, where he kind of looks up to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
I got you. Yeah.
Well, it was mutual love, because we looked up to them because what they were doing was, creatively advanced.
Got it.
And so, we appreciate what they was doing. They appreciated what we were doing, and we were both youngsters around, with, Eazy-E was the head of our crew. Shock G was the head of their crew. And so we were trying to find our voice within the structure that was in place. So we would, conversate about how do we maneuver and do that. So we were close in that way, in a more, confident way. We would just build and kind of, bounce ideas off each other. Like, man, I want to do this, because I was waiting for my solo project at the time too. So then I became solo and started doing my thing, and then he was solo too. So now he was in LA a little more, and we were, we would run into each other at the studio and just really enjoy seeing each other.
Did you guys ever do anything together or no?
We did one song together with Ice-T. I think it's on the Trespass soundtrack. I forgot what the name of the song is. Yeah.
Trespass soundtrack. You Ice-T and
Last Words.
Got it. Got it. Was there ever any talks of doing something else together? Like, hey, what if we did this and what if we did that? Or those types of conversation wasn't really being had with the two of you?
Not really being had. He was, on his first few albums, he was really trying to find his way. And, I was doing movies, and I was kind of trying to build that career. And then I think he really put it together with the, I think it's Me Against the World album. And it really started to come together production-wise. Always with his first music, he would triple rap his vocals. Like rap it once, then rap it right on top, and then rap it again. And I always thought it was a little mucky. So when he stopped doing that and just clean one track, that's when Tupac emerged as, one hell of a artist. And, songs like Dear Mama,
powerful.
It's like too...
Life goes on.
Yeah, it's starting to put it together. Then he starts to do movies with John Singleton. I was supposed to do Poetic Justice.
Sick movie.
With Janet Jackson.
Yeah. Lucky.
But I had an issue with the script, so he cast Pop, and it was a great move. He's a great actor. Then he did Juice, or it might have been the other way around. Maybe Juice first, but you know, he started emerging as an actor, and then he gets shot, goes to jail, and then death row. You know, they get him out, and you know, he just explodes.
In these uncertain times, if there's anything we need, is we need people to believe the future looks bright. So if you've heard about me saying this mission to you, we're on a mission to get 1 million people to wear this gear, and this is what we're doing. If you buy one of these hats, there's a category of buying one hat, getting the second one free. If you haven't yet worn this gear publicly, go ahead and test it out. Buy some of the gear, wear it in public, and see how many people will stop by and say, you also watch the Value Tim? You also follow PBD Podcast? I do too. Place your order. Go to vtmerch.com, click on the link above or below. Place your order and represent the VT and the PBD Podcast team.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click